Hey guys, let's make sure that you guys can see us. And okay, we're gonna have to scoot in closer together. Hi. All right, guys, we got all kinds of food here. We're on the patio here at Cool River in Denver, mainly because it's very quiet out here. Use this. Over here? Yeah. Let's use that. You know what? Let's put this over here for a second. Alright guys, sorry. We're always like trying to set up here. Making sure we're both in the screen.
Hi everybody!
Now we gotta get really close. Okay. Oh, so we have a few people. You know, when she was little, I used to pick on her really bad.
My sis.
She has all kinds of lovely stories. Let me make sure the volume is on.
Hey Alonzo! Thanks for joining the conversation.
Anyway, I used to pick on her pretty bad. She can give you guys all the goods at a later time.
I'm dropping it all.
Anyway, we're glad that you guys are here joining us, and it is beautiful here in Denver. It is like 80 degrees. There's like a nice little breeze. It's kind of nice over here on this patio. We're in the Denver Tech Center, right off Bellevue and I-25, for those of you that are familiar with this area. And so we just wanted to get on, and I wanted to bring in the Divine Highest Beings of Light. I'm a medium and channel, and I work with the Divine Highest Beings of Light, 100% pure love and light, above the new paradigm line, and they work for me, giving all kinds of messages and love, and so
if you guys can hear us okay, can you hit the like button?
Yeah.
And if you can't hear us, can you let us know in the comments? I want to make sure that you guys can all hear us.
Come in closer because you're not on my camera.
Oh, okay.
And we need you to scoot your chair or something.
Oh, thank you for the likes. Okay, they can hear us. Hey, Alan Ray Cooper.
Yeah, I need mine too, guys.
Hey, Horace McLaren. Hey,
Okay.
Raoul.
Yeah, great.
Loud and clear. Yay, thank you.
Okay, you know what?
Do you need me to scoot over?
Yeah, one of us needs to scoot over.
Okay.
Is that better? Okay, because it seems like we're either getting cut off or something's happening. You know what? Let me turn this and see if this is better.
Okay, so just so you guys know what's going on, my sister has her live Facebook page going on at the same time mine is going on. So that's why we have to do all this.
Yeah, and I can see you
Organizing.
guys better with my. Oh, I can see what's going. I can actually see what's going on. Yeah, this is what happens when you get to be 44 like me. Okay? Yeah. Oh, hi Dee. Okay, so we can. Okay, you guys hear us loud and clear. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So we're sorry we were just running a little bit behind. A little bit of technical challenges. She's gonna order lunch. We're here at Cool River in the Denver Tech Center, and she's looking. I decided to also grab a little lunch myself from a place called Firehouse Subs, but we also wanted to find Wi-Fi, and so we came here to Cool River. So now we kind of have to order an appetizer here as well, so that we can use their Wi-Fi.
Well, can I just tell them really quick? She's been out of town for the last week, so I couldn't wait for her to get back, because I feel like there's a lot of messages that need to be put out there from the universe, from spirit, and I want her to come on here and deliver those messages to anyone who's, as she always says, open and receptive to the information.
Yeah, so I work with you folks out there that are open, receptive, and are, you know, just appreciative of the message that Spirit brings through me, and I appreciate you guys spending the time with us. Once again, for those of you that are kind of joining a little bit later, I work with the Divine Highest Beings of Light. They're a group of beings in the cosmos that I channel and I do mediumship work with. So we had some things that we wanted to discuss. I don't really want to know the topics or the questions that come up. I just want to see what they bring through me naturally, and I ask for all my own filters, my own self-projections, ego, my own expectations, my own stuff to be removed and out of the way so that they can come through with a pure channel through me. And so I know you had some things that you wanted to talk to them about, and then...
Well, a lot of my supporters have reached out to me with questions, and I wanted to give answers, but I wanted to, before I give my own personal answer, I want it to come from spirit, because I feel like a lot of us out here in the world aren't getting the more spiritual answer, the more spiritual word, and that's what I want to start delivering more so in my videos. So one of the questions that I was asked by a supporter of mine is, she was very upset because she had been in a long-term relationship with a guy, and she felt like, you know, she was a good woman, she was loyal, she was that woman that every guy wants when they're on up and coming in their career. You know, guys always say, I want the ride or die chick. I want the chick that's going to be with me through thick and thin, no matter what, not just when I make it, but when I'm on my way up. So she was that woman, okay? And once he made it, he didn't commit to her by marrying her. And she finally, make a long story short, got tired of waiting around and waiting for him to do the right thing, or in her mind, do the right thing, which was marry her. So they broke up, and now he's with his next woman, and he married her. So I had my own opinion from a human standpoint, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to give the human answer. I want it to come from the universe, because there's a much bigger answer to this than just what we see in black and white. So sis, what do the spirits have to say about that?
Okay, that's a very good question, because I know a lot of women as well as men are in supportive roles for their partners, and then at some point their relationship either moves forward to a commitment the way both partners would like, or it stays stagnant, or it completely ends. And so what happens here from the spiritual perspective is there's something called soul contracts. Soul contracts are no different than tangible physical contracts that we have here in the physical realm. Soul contracts basically dictate who comes in and out of our lives, what goes on, what that person is here to serve in our lives, what kind of lessons we're to get out of it, whether that's an experience, a challenge. It can be a challenging experience of something tumultuous comes up, so that the two people can learn to forgive each other, have compassion for each other, find love with each other, even if it doesn't work out the way that they had expected it to. Sometimes we just come into each other's lives just for certain experiences, and once those experiences and those lessons are done, the soul contract once again can change, and that can mean that we got what we needed to in that relationship. And so it is our vibrational frequency, our energetic vibrational frequency changes, and we've come up into a higher dimension, higher vibration, and if the other person in the soul contract with us isn't necessarily in that same place, the soul contract then can change and either terminate, or it can just stay stagnant. It usually gets to a place where whatever vibrational frequency we are at, that's who we will continue to attract into our lives. And so if one person's vibrational frequency changes and gets higher, that doesn't mean that one's lower and then one's higher and that one's better than the other, and vice versa, or one's worse than the other, or vice versa. That has nothing to do with it. We are all here we are all divine soul beings. We all came here for certain experiences in our lives, and once our vibrational frequency changes, whether that goes up higher or it goes down lower, we constantly attract those that match our vibrational frequency energy. And so if her vibrational frequency changed, or his did, then the relationship will take some turns. And he moved on and met a person and married the next person that came into his life, because that person matched the current vibrational frequency he's at. This is an opportunity for her to learn some things, grow some things, go to the next level where her soul is urging her to go, and that is seeking deeper meaning in what this relationship was here for, the experience it was here for, and how it served. And so it all comes around to being about seeking that higher knowledge, aligning with source energy. And as she is going through what we call the ascension process and raising her vibrational frequency, there is no longer any feelings of resentment around the situation. There's no fear around the situation. Fear includes the grieving process of shock, denial, anger, sadness, worries, concerns. All those things are encompassed in fear. And so this is an opportunity, like I said, for her to experience raising her vibrational frequency energy to a place of love, to a place of compassion, and seeing him as a divine being for who he is and what he served in her life. This is an experience for both of them to see each other as divine beings, and it's very challenging for us on a human level to hear some of these things. I'm not downplaying her experience, because I'm sure that was very challenging, and there was a grieving process that took place, and there may still be one that's taking place, not for her, but not only for her, but for many that have experienced this. And just know that when we can look at experiences and go in and look for the deeper meaning of why something was served for us, and not judge it, eventually get to a place of not judging it, we're operating in our higher chakras meaning our higher energy fields of the heart, throat, third eye, and our crown chakra, which is our connection to spirit. And so if she can go from shifting from the bottom chakras, which are what ground us to the planet and survival, money, material needs, creativity, and go from that bottom chakra and start operating from the higher chakras, and where we're aligned with the divine, visible, underlying spirits, then she will come to that place of understanding and healing herself within, and finding that love within herself. And then that will, of course, radiate and be shown externally, and she will she will continue to attract those that match her vibrational frequency energy. There's no right or wrong in any of it. I know a lot of people would like to say that he was wrong and or this or that, or she was wrong. There's no judgment around this. All it is just pure opportunity here to see it for what it is and what it isn't. Which is, well, here's an opportunity for her and him to continue to attract more people into their lives that match where they're at.
See, and this is why I asked her the question, because there's always a deeper meaning, which I've learned over my years, to why we experience certain relationships or experience whatever in life. And a lot of times we just look at our human side of it. We don't look at, how would you phrase it, the more universal spiritual meaning behind it.
That's right. We are divine beings. Every single one of us are divine. We came here already very evolved soul beings. We've had many lifetimes. We are multidimensional. We're not only just existing here in this lifetime. We are currently, our souls, our invisible sides, are in other lifetimes going on at the same time as this. And whether that's here on this planet as humans, or as animals here on this planet, or somewhere else in the cosmos, in another universe, in another dimension, in another galaxy, we are multidimensional, and many things are going on, and our souls are crossing over, energy is crossing over, all at the same time. And it's important for us to know that we exist more than just here, and we are the divine. We are God. We are God. So God is not separate from us. We are God. And as soon as we know and can realize that we are God, we own our power. We take responsibility for everything in our lives. Everything. This is how powerful we are. This is how powerful we are. Accept that, you guys. Accept the fact that you are powerful divine beings. And as soon as you say that you're a victim to something, well, you know, that's okay too. Don't beat yourself up. That's the human side of you. But that's just you operating from a different chakra, the lower chakras, which we have to embrace every side of us. Embrace every side of us. So
now you guys see why I talk to her all the time, because I need the deeper spiritual meaning, because I wasn't always there. And I want to just give them a story really quick to speak to what you're saying. I remember, and I've talked about this on one of my live videos recently, about an abusive relationship that I was in, and it took me several years to get over that guy. And I remember I asked my sister, I asked her to ask Spirit, I asked her, you know, number one, why did I fall in love with a guy who eventually turned abusive? And why has it taken me so long to get over him? And why was that brought into my life? And basically, you know, I attracted it, and not saying that I was wrong or he was wrong, but, you know, we attracted each other. But then the main reason why he was brought into my life, and she said something that was so profound, and it was just a few words. You ready for it? The reason he came into my life and we had a soul contract was to teach me forgiveness. That's it. One word. He was brought into my life so I could dig deeper into forgiveness. When she said that to me, I just sat back like it knocked the wind out of me. I was like, wow. I did not realize, I thought that I had forgiven him, but I realized in that moment when she said it, I was still holding on to a little bit of hurt, a little bit of resentment, a little bit of anger. And when she said it, it like, whoosh, she touched my higher self kicked in, and I realized, wow. And I felt free from that moment on. So thank you, sis. Thank you, Spirit.
Yeah. I'm a conduit. I'm the conduit and an instrument of just delivering messages.
And the reason I wanted to bring this up is because I know there's a lot of people in dark places right now. They are bitter about a relationship that didn't work out, or in a current relationship that they're in. And they don't know quite how to find their way. So I'm hoping that videos and speaking to you and you bringing the message through spirit will help them, you know, it'll maybe make things a little easier on their path.
Yeah, I'm definitely here to assist and serve the best way that I can. And I've asked Spirit always to make sure that the messages that come through me are only, again, 100% pure love and light, that are delivered in a soft, gentle, kind, loving way, with tact, soft and gentle with tact, but also make sure that the message is strong and effective at the same time. Should we? Do you have more Do you have more?
I have one more question.
Okay.
Well, there's several more, but I'm just going to bring up the one that was asked to me the other day by my friend.
Okay.
She wants to know, why is it so difficult to date in your 30s? Spirit?
This is her own personal experience. So this is not, we won't say this is a blanket statement for everybody. Okay. This is her own personal experience of dating in her 30s. And you know, there's a number of factors. I don't know this person that you're referring to, by the way, guys. I have no idea who this person is. And whatever we find difficult, this is whatever's going on inside of us is going to be shared externally with the world. So if she's finding it challenging and difficult, now that's the specific word here. That's what she's going to attract. It's all about our perspective and looking really deep. This word that is interesting to me. When people find something difficult, what is going on within themselves internally that they find is difficult? Because I don't, you know, the world to me, for me, everything is easy. It doesn't make me better than her. But I specifically know for me, because it's my perspective of life. And I really think that it is all about our perspective. And so if she's finding that difficult, then it's around her own expectations, not only with the world around her. It's not even just about dating, it's the world around her. So it's a bigger picture than just dating. In her eyes, there's more things than just dating that is difficult. Other things are difficult, and that's perhaps something that she needs to look within herself, that is difficult. And then there's also releasing expectations of how things are supposed to be. When we say things are difficult and challenging and hard, if those are the words that we use in our vocabulary, it's because there's expectations around that. And when we can allow ourselves to be in flow and release and let go of expectations, well, we find usually the road on our path is more smooth and easy and more comfortable. So this is more than just specifically that question. Does that make sense?
The answer was thank you. That's all I have to say. And I'm going to save the rest of the Q&A for another time. I have a few other questions that have come through from supporters, and I appreciate you guys sending me all the questions, because again, we're just here to put the good word out there and help you the best way that we can.
Yeah. No, we appreciate it. Let's look and see what people are.
Yeah, let's get to the questions in the chat box.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm on my sister's page right now, and I'm going to get to mine in just a second.
Okay.
But she had a question that came up earlier, and I want to make sure that this lady's question gets answered, because she was one of the first ones to speak up. Her question is, do you think children intuitively understand soul contracts? With this understanding, it means processing divorce, friendship issues, betrayal, breakups, etc. in such a more peaceful way that preserves the dignity of all and invites healing. Thank you, Jennifer Russo.
Yeah, thanks, Jennifer, for that. It's a very good question. Intuitively, I think that our world, what we're seeing is our world, even our children, everything is shifting on this planet. Everything is being done very differently than what we know. And so most people still, there's a lot of people, as we know, lots of people that are going through breakups and challenges in their marriages and divorces. And so because of this, you know, there's reports out there, oh, over 50% of marriages end in divorce. Well, you know, that's not such a bad thing. It's all about our perspective. We are in a world right now where our foundations are shifting tremendously. Everything between marriages and relationships and intimate relationships are changing because it's necessary to change. It's necessary to change because women are able to make their own money. Men are becoming co-parents. They are playing fathers and mothers. Both parents are playing both roles, and so there's a lot of shifting right now on the planet. And so things are going into a different place that are more necessary for marriages. Marriages originally came about for security. It was kind of like a quote-unquote insurance policy. I will commit to you and we will have this security together, and there are vows that are taking place to enforce the security. And things are shifting in all of us in many different ways personally that don't require that security anymore. And so divorce isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just an energetic shift. And our children, the new crop of children on the planet are coming on. That's why, you know, a lot of them are being mislabeled as ADD, ADHD, autistic. They are very highly intelligent, evolved beings in a different way that communicate in a very different way. So their intuition is coming into the planet right now, and children in their bodies, they're communicating very differently and very, very highly intelligent. So don't underestimate them as feeling sorry for them in any way. They are extremely brilliant and coming in very connected to the cosmos at this time. And so their intuitions are very heightened, and they are able to tap into many things that even us at our soul levels and our humanness are not able to right now. So you will see that they are able to, yes, very intuitively come in and see things from a very different perspective than we all know. But these old paradigms have to be broken down, from government, money systems, relationships, and how marriages are, and the health system, everything, the financial system, everything is being broken down, and roots are being pulled out so that new ones can be planted. And so don't underestimate the children that are coming in. They are coming in with a very, very, being very, very evolved and an incredible amount of brilliance. Yeah, so that's a very, and they are very capable of healing themselves. We have to be very aware of how to guide them on their journey, and be very open to seeing that they are the divine beings that they are, and accepting and allowing and embracing who they are at this time on the planet. There's a lot of shifts going on.
Wow, that's amazing. Let's get to our next question. Thank you, everybody who's tuning in, by the way.
Yeah, we love seeing you guys here. Thanks for all the hearts and the likes, and we like to correspond with you guys, so appreciate that.
Alonzo Griffin, he asked, are you doing readings for the audience?
Did you have a specific question? What do spirits have to say to me? I would love to know. Alonzo, you know what? I would love to work with you one-on-one if you'd like. Any of you that would like a reading or spiritual guidance, or looking at the vows that you've taken in other lifetimes and you want to release those vows and just only allow love, light, and laughter between your relationships, you can go to my website, sophia-rashkin.com. SOPHIA Rashkin, RASHKIN.com, or you can go to myspiritualenergy.com, and I'm happy to assist. You guys can book and pay for sessions online right there. And then if something doesn't work out with your schedule, you can email or contact me here on Facebook, and we can work out a different time.
Speaking of sessions,
Yes.
one thing I want people to know, when you give a reading,
Yes.
how you can give them a reading from spirit, and
Yes.
they will give you the current, you know, whatever they see, and they're filtering it through you. But how can those things change? Because, for example, I've had a lot of people who have messaged me, the last time you did a reading for me and we did it live, it was about my trip going to Los Angeles, and how spirit was telling you that they saw that the following week the gentleman that I had a possible job lined up with would be reaching out to me. I have been in contact with him, but I haven't made it out to LA yet, for those of you who are wondering. So that's part of me bringing this up, just to kind of update everybody that I'm still here in Denver. And then also to let my sister speak on how, because sometimes when we get a reading from somebody, a spiritual channeler, the one thing that people don't understand, and this is why I'm bringing this up, is that whatever they're telling you at that time, it can change. Is that correct?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Because when I'm giving a reading, the energies can shift, and it all has to do with the energies of what's going on in our lives. And sometimes the energies shift because there's other energies involved. Timelines are shifting very, very rapidly at this time, and others can come in. For example, your situation. One of the things that shifted, and I had talked to you about this, was another reason why you're still in Denver is because our children shifted the energy around this. And I saw this. They wanted to spend more time together during the summer. And so they had expressed and declared out loud, we wish that we could be with each other for a longer period of time. And so their souls shifted that soul contract and allowed them the time to be with each other during the summer break. The other thing that shifted, I felt, from you was that you were feeling a little bit of sadness in having to go so soon and going to LA, and wanting our children to spend more time together. And so Spirit assisted and guided in a way that could happen, and make that easy for everybody to still be taken care of financially. Material needs are all taken care of as well. And nothing has shifted with the job opportunity yet. They're still very interested in you. Some things shifted with them taking over the property management and the property ownership, and so that kind of shifted things to work out for our benefits with our kids and with each other, as well as they're still interested in talking to you about it. So the timeline changed. When I'm doing a reading, I am giving the exact reading of what I am seeing at that exact moment, and that's all I can do. And then it is really ultimately up to the person that is getting the reading, the receiver, to interpret that. I will do my best to deliver the message of what I see. However, we see some things play out, boom, 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 exactly as it is. I've seen that for many people, and then sometimes the timelines shift slightly, and then sometimes they decide to just do a 180 and completely go in a different direction. So all kinds of interesting energies that play into this right now. So that's important for you to know when you're getting a reading from anybody, not just me.
Yeah. Well, we only have a few minutes left here, and then we have to go because our kids are waiting on us. And I just wanted my sister to speak on this to everybody. She had messages that were coming in this morning for her and I, but they were so good that I was like, oh my God, I want our viewers to hear this. So this was kind of something that we didn't plan on discussing today on today's video, but it was the message she was getting this morning as we were both, getting ready to come out for lunch and do this video. So, I've been, just so you guys know, I've been very anxious about getting to LA and, wondering, I haven't heard anything yet, what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. So she comes in the bathroom this morning and it's like she was reading my mind. Spirit must have known that I needed this message because she comes in the bathroom and she starts telling me, about what's coming up and how she's taking it. And when she's telling me how she's going to take it, I'm realizing, damn, you know what? That's how I need to take it. So what she's about to tell you, I encourage you to view your situation or whatever you're dealing with the same way if you want to. It may help you.
I'm so sorry, but because
do you want
sometimes,
me to refresh your
yes,
memory?
I do.
Okay.
I get a lot of messages, and so when they come through me, they just come out, boom, before I'm thinking of anything, and they just come out, and so I forget.
So,
because I'm channeling.
So we're, she has a place here in Denver, and the lease is ending soon. And so, trying to figure out, for the last couple of weeks, we've been trying to figure out where are we going, am I still going to be here, or am I going to be in LA? Where is she going to move to? She has 2 boys that she also needs to think about. And so, all these things and
traveling,
different things. And just like all of you guys have different things, different moving parts going on. And you're wondering what, when, why, how, and you're analyzing it, and you're stressing about it, and you're worrying about it. What's going to happen? When's it going to happen? And then do you remember? Do you want me to refresh your memory?
Well, you can probably tell it perfectly,
okay.
And I'll interject.
Well, she comes in the bathroom and she's like, well, we only have a couple more weeks here in this place, and I kind of look at it 45 days, and I'm not worried about it. I believe that whatever happens is going to be for the best, and I'm just going with it. I kind of look at it as an adventure, actually. It'll be fun to see where we end up, and sis, it's going to be funny if in 45 days or September, when September comes, we sit and we're having a conversation and we're laughing about all these different moving parts, and now look at where we're at. She really made me realize, I'm sitting here stressing out, and I need to look at this as an adventure of my life. This is my life. Maybe I can look at it as, again, we're back to perspective. I can look at it as being a stressful thing of not knowing, or I can look at it as an adventure and say, hey, I don't know. And that might be kind of fun, not knowing.
That's right.
Not knowing what's going to come.
Right. And let's just... it can be easy or it can be difficult, right? That theme earlier, it can be easy or it can be difficult, and I choose it to be easy and adventurous and fun. And because I do know that there is adventure coming for both of us. Some serious adventure, not for us, just us, but for our children as well. And it's for us to have these experiences of fun and adventure and be very spontaneous in what's coming up, and let go, release a lot of our material possessions so that we can be available, flexible, and freely travel. This is part of that uprooting that we talked about in our belief systems and old things having to be let go, so that we can, instead of holding on so tight with what's coming, we just have to open our hands and just allow the universe to deliver the gift. But only can we open our hands, can we allow to take allow the gift and receive the gift of what the universe is bringing to us. And so I do feel that it's going to be a very exciting adventure, and that it's going to be more than you and I ever expected it to be, and there's going to be lots of fun and travel, and our material needs and wants, desires, and requirements are going to be taken care of beyond our wildest dreams, anything we could possibly conceive. And all at the same time, while we are serving for the divine highest good of everyone involved. And I do feel that our work is going to be very fulfilling, and that we are going to be extremely happy with everything, and very joyful, and love everything that is coming to us. And so it can be a very challenging at time, and at times scary, because that's our human side, because we are ripping up that old foundation and that old belief of having to be so secure and certain of where we're going to be. But at the same time, we're allowing that to go so that new adventures can come in, and then you guys will be on the adventures with us, and that's going to be fun too. And all at the same time, hopefully inspiring all of you to take your own leap of faith and step out and really do what you love and harmonize with what you came here on this planet for. And we really want to assist you on your path and walk with you on that journey as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the message I wanted to give to everybody today, was mainly that. I wanted to end it with that, because I know there's a lot of people, as humans, we worry, we stress, we wonder when we're uncertain of things. So I'm just encouraging everybody today, take a deep breath, and you can change how you look at it, and you can look at it as an adventure.
Yeah, it's an adventure. And when you embrace it and allow it, there's going to be those human fears that naturally come in, because we are human, and we have to balance and allow and accept it. Allow that humanness to come in. So whether that is the grieving process for you, whether that is the shock, denial, anger, sadness, acceptance parts for you, and that's where you're at on your journey right now, that's okay. That's okay. Embrace that side, because that's how you will heal yourself and eternally, how you find your own internal source and your own internal tools to heal yourself and love yourself, instead of looking for it outside of you, because you're never going to find it outside of you. You'll find it inside first, and that's where it starts. And so we're just looking forward to,
man, profound words she just said. Sorry.
To the adventure. I see some questions. Yeah, definitely. If you guys want readings, go to myspiritualenergy.com, and you can book it there. And if you don't find a time that fits, just go ahead and instant message me, and we'll figure it out.
Hey, shouts out to Pate Stanley, and I do apologize. I've been pronouncing his first name wrong. For those of you who've been keeping up with me, I've been calling him Pate, please forgive me. Make sure you check him out. He is in Atlanta, and great guy. He helps manage talent and helps bring deals to them. So if you are at a place in your business where you are trying to monetize or don't know how to reach out to businesses and make deals, that's just not your forte, reach out to him. He's the guy you need to reach out to. He did have a question. He said, I met a talented person, just wondering if our connection will be a positive one. I hope you're talking about me.
Well, you can definitely hit me up for a reading, and we can discuss that if you have some specific questions around the journey with that.
Shouts out to Melvin Williams. He said, Vu, will your sister be on my advisory board?
I have been, and people do come to me with all kinds of questions around money, business. I do have an extensive business background, so that helps out a lot, as well as relationships and health and all kinds of questions. I do spiritual guidance around that, so I'm happy to assist any way that I can.
All right. Well, I think those are all the questions we have in the chat box, unless anyone has anything else.
Okay.
Before we jump off,
yeah,
we've got to eat and then go tend to the kiddos.
Yeah, guys, we appreciate you taking your time and joining us today. We know your time is valuable, and you can choose to spend your time in any way that you wish. That is our most precious commodity, is our time, and we appreciate you joining us here tremendously. And we just send you guys many love and blessings, and we'll look forward to communicating and connecting with you all soon again. Bye, guys.
Talk to you guys soon. Love you guys.
Okay, take care.
Stay tuned to what I have coming up next.
All right.
I'll be posting it on the timeline.
Take care, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.